Om Namo Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya. Reading from text 23. Esa prapanna varado yama ramayatma shaktya yattat karishyati grihati gunavatarah तस्मिन् स्वविक्रमम् इदं सृजतोऽपि चेतो युञ्जीत कर्म शमलां च यथा विजयम्.
The Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, is always benefactor of the surrendered souls. His activities are always enacted through his internal potency, Rama, or the goddess of fortune. I pray only to engage in his service in the creation of the material world, and I pray that I not be materially affected by my works, for thus I may be able to give up the false prestige of being the creator.
Text 24. Naviradaat iha satum vasya yasya pumso vignana shaktiraham asam ananta shakte rupam vichitram idam asya vivranvato me maririshista nigamasya gira visargaha.
The Lord's potencies The Lord's potencies are innumerable
Innumerable.
as he lies down in the water of devastation. I am born as the total universal energy from the navel lake in which the lotus sprouts. I am now engaged in manifesting his diverse energies in the form of the cosmic manifestation. I therefore pray that in the course of my material activities, I may not be deviated from the vibration of the Vedic hymns.
Text 25. So Sava Adabra Karuno Bhagwan Vivriddha Prema Smitena Nayanam Buruham Vijam Abhan Uttaya Vishwa Vijayaya Chano Visatam Madhvya Girapana Yatat Purusha Puranaha.
The Lord, who is supreme and is the oldest of all, is unlimitedly merciful. I wish that he may smilingly bestow his benediction upon me by opening his lotus eyes. He can uplift the entire cosmic creation and
Could you please pull up the screen, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
ज्योति माता जी हरे कृष्णा ज्योति माता जी sorry about that Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you माता जी.
Not read properly. Can we go back to the translation for 25, please?
Jyoti Mataji, it's not still completed, Prabhuji and thank you.
Hare Krishna, Jyoti Mataji. Can you hear me?
Jyoti Mataji, you need to scroll
Hare-
up,
Yes, yes,
please.
sorry. My internet is a bit bad. I'm really sorry. What verse are we on?
Can you
It's
go to
20,
25
25.
translation, please?
25
Translation.
of 25.
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry. It's really bad network here. I'm really sorry. Translation.
Yeah, that's it, Mataji. Thank you.
That's okay,
Thank you.
don't worry. Okay.
he can uplift the entire cosmic creation and remove our dejection by kindly speaking his directions.
Thank you. Text 26, please.
Mataji.
Maitre vacha sambhavan nisam yaivam tapo vidya samadhibhi yavan mano vacha stutva virarama sakinavat.
The sage Maitreya said, O Vidura, after observing the source of his appearance, namely the personality of Godhead, Brahma prayed for his mercy as far as his mind and words would permit him. Thus, having prayed, he became silent, as if tired from his activities of penance, knowledge, and mental concentration.
Text 27 and 28. अथापि प्रेतम् अन्वीक्ष्य भ्रमणो मधुसूदनः विषण्णचेतसं तेन कल्पयति लोकोसंस्थानविज्ञान आत्मनः परिखीद्यतः तम् आहागाधया वाचा कश्मलं समयमिव.
Translation. The Lord saw that Brahma was very anxious about the planning and constructions of the different planetary system and was depressed upon seeing the devastating water. He could understand the intention of Brahma, and thus he spoke in deep, thoughtful words, removing all the illusion that had arisen.
Text 29. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maveda Garbhagas Tandrim Sarga Udyamam Avaha Tanmaya Paditam Yagre Yanmam Prathayate Bhavan.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead then said, O Brahma, O depth of Vedic wisdom, be neither depressed nor anxious about the execution of creation. What you are begging from me has already been granted before.
Text 30. Puyastam tapa artistha vidyam chaiva madashrayam Tapyam antarvidhi brahman lokan rakshyasi apavritam.
O Brahma, situate yourself in penance and meditation and follow the principles of knowledge to receive my favor. By these actions, you will be able to understand everything from within your heart.
Text 31. Tata atmani loke cha bhakti yukta samahitah drastasi mam tatam brahman mayi lokam stam atmanah.
O Brahma, when you are absorbed in devotional service in the course of your creative activities, you will see me in you and throughout the universe, and you will see that you yourself, the universe, and the living entities are all in me.
Text 32. Yada tu sarva bhutesu darusvagnim iva sthitam Pratichaksita mam loko jaya taryeva kashmalam.
You will see me in all living entities as well as all over the universe, just as fire is situated in wood. Only in that state of transcendental vision will you be able to be free from all kinds of illusion.
Text 33. Yada rahitam atmanam utendriya gunashaye sarupena mayopetam pashyan swarajyam rachati.
When you are free from the conception of gross and subtle bodies, and when your senses are free from all influences of the modes of material nature, you will realize your pure form in my association. At that time, you will be situated in pure consciousness.
Text 34. Nana karma vitenena praja bhavi shishakata Natma vashidati asminte varshiyan mad anugraha.
Since you have desire to increase the population innumerably, and expand your varieties of service, you shall never be deprived in this matter, because my causeless mercy upon you will always increase for all time.
Text 35. Prasim atyam na baddhati papiyam stvam rajo gunaha yan manomai nirbadham praja samseto pite.
You are the original Rishi, and because your mind is always fixed on me, even though you will be engaged in generating various potency, the fictitious mode of passion will never encroach upon you.
Text 36. Gnatoham bhavata tvadya durvigneyopi dehinam yanmam tvam manyase yuktam utendriya gunatmabhi.
Although I am not easily knowable by the conditioned soul, you have known me today because you know that my personality is not constituted of anything material, and specifically not of the 5 gross and 3 subtle elements.
Text 37. Tubhyamad vichikitsayam atma me darshito bahi nalena salile mulam puskarasya vichingvatah.
When you were contemplating whether there was a source to the stem of lotus of your birth, and you even entered into that stem, you could not trace out anything, but at that time I manifested my form from within.
Text 38. Yachakarthanga mat stotram mat katha vyudayam kitam yadva tapasite nishtha sa esamad anugraha.
O Brahma, the prayers that you have chanted praising the glories of my transcendental activities, the penance you have undertaken to understand me, and your firm faith in me, all these are to be considered my causeless mercy.
Text 39. Pritoham astu patram te lokana vijaye chaya yadastausir gunamayam nirgunam manuvarnanayam.
I'm very much pleased by your descriptions of me in terms of my transcendental qualities, which appear mundane to the mundaners. I grant you all benediction in your desire to glorify all the planets by your activities.
Text 40. Yo etena puma nityam stutva stotrena ma bhajet tasyasu samprasideyam sarvakama vareshvara.
Any human being who prays like Brahma and who thus worships me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of all his desires, for I am the Lord of all benediction.
Text 41. Puttena tapasa yagne dane yoga samadhina radham nisreya sampumsam matpratis tattva matam.
It is the opinion of expert transcendentalists that the ultimate goal of performing all traditional good works, penance, sacrifice, charities, mystic activities, trance, etc., is no
Is
to
to
invoke my satisfaction.
Yeah. Text 42. Aham atma manam dutaha prasthasam prayasamapi ato mayi ratim kurya dehadir yat krite priyaha.
I am the super soul of every individual. I am the supreme director, and the dearest people are wrongly attached to the gross and subtle bodies, but they should be attached to me only.
Text 43. Sarva Veda Maya Nedam Atmanatmatma Yonina Prajasrija Yatha Purvam Yascha Maya Yanuserate.
By following my instructions, you can now generate the living entities as before. By dint of your complete Vedic wisdom and the body you have directly received from me, the supreme cause of everything.
Text 44. Maitre Vacha Tasma Evam Jagat Shastre Pradhana Purushe Swaraha Prajyedam Svena Rupena Kanjanava Tiro Dadhe.
The sage Maitreya said, after instructing Brahma, the creator of the universe, to expand the primeval load, the personality of Godhead in his personal form is Narayan, disappeared.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Chandrakant Prabhuji and Rajini Mataji very beautifully recited Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so we shall start our Srimad Bhagavatam. So before we move on to Bhagavatam, we shall offer our prayers to Gurus, Vaishnavas and Krishna. And thank you so much all the devotees for kindly joining this evening and giving this valuable association. Okay, so we shall start our Mangalachan prayers. Oh. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणसिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकासस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृणुतां स्वकथाः कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्त्वह्य भद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृसतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी एते चांशकालाः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारिव्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे इदं भागवतं नाम पुराणं ब्रह्मसंहितम् उत्तमश्लोकचरितं चकार भगवान् ऋषिः निःश्रेयसाय लोकधन्यं स्वस्तये नमः कृष्णे सुरामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह खलु न सदृशामेष पुराणार्को अधुनोदितः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये अति विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं चिन्तिधुं पाण्डुषु विष्णुषु त्वयि मेनन्यविषया मतिर्मदपते सकृत् रतिमुद्वह तदद्ध गङ्गेव भूदन्वति श्रीकृष्ण कृष्ण सख विष्णु ऋषभावनिधृराजन्यवंशदहनानपवर्गवीर्य गोविन्द गोद्विज सुरात्यहरावतार योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन्नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन्नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन्नमस्ते तुलयामलवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गीसङ्गस्य मत्येनां किं मुताशिष्यहं पुनश्च भूयात् भगवच्चनन्ते रतिः प्रसङ्गर्ष तदाश्रयेषु महस्तु यामुपयामि सृष्टिं मैत्रसु सर्वत्र नमोद्विजेभ्यः ॐ नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरद्विषे नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे बालोऽपि यदनुग्रहात् तरेणानामतग्राहव्याप्तं सिद्धान्तसागरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे यत्पादाश्रीवीर्यतः सङ्गृणात् आकरव्रातात् अध्यासिद्धान्तसन्मनीम् ॐ नमो भगवते राधा गोविन्दाय नमः Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you so much, dear devotees, for kindly waiting. I shall share my screen. Okay, so we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the Lord Brahma's praise for his creative energy. So these are very beautiful prayers, and whoever is reciting every day, Lord is going to एतेन पुमानित्यं सुत्वास्तुरतेन मां भजेत् तस्या सम्प्रसीदेयं सर्वकामवरेश्वरः. The Lord gives assurance that he is going to fulfill the desires of a devotee who recites the shlokas 1 to 25. So starting from the Brahma says that, my dear Lord, after very long time, so I have been able to see you. ज्ञातोऽसि मेऽद्यशुचिराननुदेहभाजं न ध्यायतो भगवतो गतिरिज्झवज्झं नान्यत्वदस्ति भगवन्नपि तन्न शुद्धं माया गुणव्यतिकराद्यद्विभासि. But the people of this material world, they are so dumb, they cannot understand. Dehvadbihi avapyate. So it is not it is very difficult for them, but for Brahma itself, it is long. So Brahma, starting from that first shloka, he has been praying and with so many different angles to glorify the Lord about the people conditioned, how they have been conditioned in this material world and what they need to do. So it is giving the essence of everything of the devotional service. And also in the last sessions, in the last few verses, he was also praying to the Lord that Yesha Prapannavarado Ramyatma Yajjhat Karishiti Gurhita Gunavatarah Tasmin Suvikramidam Sujidopi Cheto Yunjita Karma Shablam Edavajahyam. So whenever Brahma is trying to create this universe during his endeavors, and he doesn't want to get any tinge of ego or tinge of any pride, something like that. He doesn't want to be puffed up when he achieves something. So in such a way he was praying, and in the last shloka also, I have appeared as this Vijnana Shakti, and I have appeared from your navel like a Vijnana Shakti. Vijnana Shakti is the energy of the energy of the science. So, like, just if we just go and see that one, Vijnana Shakti Raham. अहम् आसम् अनन्तशक्तेः रूपं विचित्रमिदमस्य विवृणतो मे मारीरिशिष्टनिगमस्य गिरां विसर्गः. He doesn't want to deviate from the Vedic injunctions while he is creating the universe. And also, this is he mentions that the Lord's potencies are innumerable as he lies down in the water of devastation. I am born as the total universe energy from the navel lake in which the lotus sprouts. I am now engaged in manifesting his diverse energies in the form of the cosmic manifestation. So this is the main point, what he is trying to do. I am now engaged in manifesting his diverse energies in the form of the cosmic manifestation. I therefore pray that in the course of my material activities, I may not be deviated from the vibration of the Vedic hymns. So this is until last session we have discussed it. So today Brahma is concluding with his last prayer. So here he is requesting that the Lord is to wake up from his yoga nidra, and whenever he is waking up with a loving, gentle smile and lotus-like eyes, he needs to open his eyes with a smiley face and gently, so that he will give benedictions unto Lord Brahma. Then Brahma is going to start creating the further, it is secondary creation. So generally this shloka, some devotees early morning, as soon as they wake up, they also pray to the Lord. They include in their prayers this shloka. It is very beautiful one, because early morning when we wake up and start performing, doing the activities throughout the day, so we are also requesting the Lord, like the prema smitena. So likewise Brahma is saying it is very important verse as well. Okay, so we shall recite and then we'll see the translation and then purport. सोऽसावदभ्रकरुणो भगवान् विवृद्ध प्रेमस्मितेन नयनाम्बुरुहं विजृम्भन् उत्थाय विश्वविजयाय च नो विषादं माद्यागिरापनयतात्पुरुषः पुराणः. So Brahma is saying, so also Adabhra Karuna, the Supreme Lord, with Adabhra Karuna, it is unlimited merciful. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the Adabhra Karuna. And Vivruddha, so he is saying with excessive Premasmitena, with love and by smiling. This is the love, and exhibit his love by smiling, excessive love. Vivruddha Premasmitena Nainam Amburham Vijrumbhan, and lotus-like eyes. The lotus eyes, Nayana Ambujam, lotus eyes, Vijrumbhan, by opening his eyes early from his yoga nidra. Vuttaya Vishwa Vijayaya cha no Vishadam, and Vuttaya is for flourishing. So Brahma wanted to create. At the moment only Brahma is situated on the lotus flower. Vuttaya Vishwa Vijayaya cha, for glorifying the cosmic creation. So in the previous sloka, he wanted to do creation, mentioning that Rupam Vichitra Midamasya Vivrinvatomi. So Lord's different energies needs to be created, manifested in the materialistic form. So this is Uttaya Vishwa Vijayaya cha. Naha, this is Na Vishadam. Naha is the our dejection. So now I am seeing this so much of devastating water here, and in order to remove that one also, so Lord has to open his eyes, lotus-like eyes, with so much of excessive love and smiling face, so that I can create the secondary creation. So glorifying the cosmic creation. Madhya Girapana Yatat Purushaha Puranaha. And also the Lord needs to speak with a so sweet words. Madhya Girapana. Girapana Yatat. Let him kindly remove what needs to be removed? That Vishadam. Na Vishadam. By what? Madhya Girapana. Madhya Gira Apanayatat. Apanayatat. Purushaha Puranaha, that Supreme Lord who is the oldest. He is the only Lord existing there. And he is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is also called Narayana. So that we have seen in the second canto, 10th chapter. Sukadeva Goswami glorifies. So here, Purushaha Puranaha. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Purana. So likewise, Brahma is glorifying the Lord. One side glorifying the Lord, and also indirectly he is mentioning that the Lord needs to show so much of love towards Brahma and give so many benedictions to Brahma, fulfill all his desires by speaking with sweet words. Madhya Gira. सोतादभ्र करुणो भगवान विवृद्धा प्रेम स्मितेन नयनम अंबुरहम विजृंभन उत्ताय विश्व विजयाय च नो विषादम माध्य गिरापनयतात पुरुषः पुराणः. The translation of this verse: the Lord who is supreme and is the oldest of all is unlimitedly merciful. I wish that he may smilingly bestow his benediction upon me by opening his lotus eyes. He can uplift the entire cosmic creation and remove our dejection by kindly speaking his directions. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord is ever increasingly merciful upon the fallen souls of this material world. The whole cosmic manifestation is a chance for all to improve themselves in devotional service to the Lord, and everyone is meant for that purpose. The Lord expands himself into many personalities who are either self-expansions or separated expansions. The personalities of the individual souls are his separated expansions, whereas the self-expansions are the Lord himself. The self-expansions are predominators, and the separated expansions are predominated for reciprocation of transcendental bliss with supreme form of bliss and knowledge. The liberated souls can join in this blissful reciprocation of predominator and predominated without materially concocted ideas. The typical example of such transcendental exchange between the predominator and predominated is the Lord's Rasa Leela with the gopis. The gopis are predominated expansions of the internal potency, and therefore the Lord's participation in the Rasa Leela dance is never to be considered like the mundane relationship of man and woman. It is rather the highest perfectional stage of the exchange of feelings between the Lord and the living entities. The Lord gives the fallen souls the chance for this highest perfection of life. Lord Brahma is entrusted with the management of the complete cosmic show, and therefore he prays that the Lord bestow his blessings upon him so that he may execute its purpose. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So here Prabhupada is describing about this material world. This material world is only meant for us. It is whenever Kadma Prajapati prays in his prayers, Naitad Batadisha Padam Tavepsitam Yanmayanaha Tanuse Bhota Sukshmam Anugrahaya Astu Api Erhimaya Lasatulasya Bhagon Vilakshitaha. My dear Lord, you create this world only for the fallen soul's purpose, not for it. It is not your wish. Naitad Batadisha Padam Tava Ipsitam. It is not your desire. Otherwise, it is only for the desire of all the living entities, fallen souls. So that is the whole cosmic manifestation is chance for all to improve themselves in devotional service to the Lord. One has to come to the point that I am the separated energy of the Lord. This is Bhinna Prakriti. So we are all Apre Mitasvanyam Vidhi me Param Prakritim. Krishna says to Arjuna in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Apare Mitasvanyam Vidhi me Prakritim Param. Jivabhuta Mahabaho Yedham Dharite Jagat. These living entities, they are Jivabhuta Mahabaho Yedham Dharite Jagat. So they all belongs to the Param Prakriti, but they come to this material world and experiencing Dharite Jagat. So whenever they get a chance, they need to elevate themselves, understand that. If they forget, then what happens? They will make so many mistakes. Kadati krutyamam yadva bahu akratam adikramam. Even for example, even though in the Vaikuntha, Jaya and Vijaya, for a moment, just for a moment, they have forgotten. The Lord says that this my Pashvadas, this Jaya and Vijaya, Kadati Krutyamam Yadvo Bahu Akratam Atikramam, for a moment they forgot. And because of that, they made a mistake. It is not a mistake, but they have been doing their duty. But still, the Brahmanas got angry, the 4 Kumaras, when they were entering into the Vaikuntha. So, but at that time, Lord says, Kadati Krutyamam Yadvo, this my Pashvadas, they forgot. Etauto Pashadau Mahyam Jayo Vijayevacha. Kadati Krutyamam Yadvo, they forgot for time being. But here, the main thing, one has to remember the Lord in all time and circumstances. That is the purpose of this cosmic manifestation. It is a chance for all to improve themselves, remember the Lord, and engage themselves in the devotional service to the Lord. That is everyone is meant for that purpose. That's why we're all doing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Always remembering, following the 4 regulative principles, rendering devotional service to please spiritual master and Krishna. And here, Lord expands himself into many personalities who are either self-expansions or separated expansions. So when we say there are different avatars, one is the Guna avatars, Purusha avatars, Leela avatars, Sektavesh avatars, Yuga avatars, like that. But each one is having Lord's personal expansions and the different expansions, self-expansions. Separate expansions are the living entities. These are Bhinna Prakriti. These are Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta Kshetra Jnakya Tada Para Avidya Karma Sanyaya Tritiya Shakti Rishyate. This living entities belongs to the Tritiya Shakti Rishyate. The superior energy is the Lord and all the spiritual abodes, and inferior is the material world. And the living entities, they are the marginal potency of the Lord. They can choose if they wanted to be in the Vaikuntha planets or into the material world. Because of their unlawful desires, they come down into the inferior energy of the Lord. So whereas the self-expansions are the Lord himself, so we have got self-expansions like the Krishna and then Balaram, and then Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and then from again Sankarshana to Narayana comes, and from Narayana again Chaturvyuha, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. That is second Chaturvyuha. And then from second Mahasankarshana, this Mahavishnu comes, and from Mahavishnu or Karunadakasai Vishnu, from him Garbhodakasai Vishnu, and from Garbhodakasai Vishnu to Kshirodakasai Vishnu. These are all Samana Dharma. They're all personal expansions or the self-expansions. And there are some expansions like the empowered expansions, Sektavesh avatars. But Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, Ete Cham Shakalaha Pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And here the self-expansions are predominators. The Lord is the enjoyer. Bhoktaram Vignatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhradam Sarvabhotanam Jnatva Mam Chan. So the Lord is the Bhokta. He is the predominator. And the separated expansions are predominated. So we are all his servants and the Lord is the master. So Lord is the enjoyer. So for that purpose, everything manifests. Reciprocation of the transcendental bliss with the supreme form of bliss and knowledge. The Lord, he always enjoys, either here in this material world, in the earthly Vrindavana or Goloka Vrindavana. He always enjoys with the gopis in the rasa dance with all his pure devotees. So the liberated souls can join in this blissful reciprocation of predominator and predominated without materially concocted ideas. So we need to Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Raja Aham Tvam Sarvapapebhyo Mokeshyami Masachah. Krishna says that one. But what happens after that? Because one is surrendered, then what is his duty? To please Krishna. Whatever the Lord desires, one has to act in that capacity. So that is, he is agreeing to be predominated. A devotee is agreeing to be predominated. Then Lord will allow him to enter into the rasa dance according to his mood. Either he has a loving conjugal, the relationship with the Lord as a lover or something like, or a vashalya rasa, as a parents in a different rasas, or a friends another rasa, or dasya in a different rasa. It is according to one's mood. But here rasa is the highest. So here Prabhupada is giving typical example of such a transcendental exchange between predominator and predominated is Lord's Rasa Leela with the gopis. Here gopis, when they are participating in the Rasa Leela, it is not their personal satisfaction. They wanted to give pleasure to Krishna. And whenever Krishna is happy, then they act in more capacity that they wanted to please more, and there is always competition. If as soon as Krishna is happy, gopis, they are encouraged to please Krishna more. That way, it always competition between Krishna's pleasure and gopis' service. So gopis are predominated expansions of the internal potency. So this one, in the Brahma Samhita also, Brahma again includes in his prayers. Tabhiryeva nijrupataya kalabihi. So the Lord is enjoying with Tabhihi. Nijrupaya kala, Nijrupa, in his own form, he enjoys with the gopis. Gopis are his internal potency. And therefore, the Lord's participation in the Rasalila dance is never to be considered like the mundane relationship of man and woman. So it is rather the highest perfectional stage of the exchange of feelings between the Lord and the living entities. Lord and the living entities. So the Lord gives the fallen souls the chance for this highest perfection of life. And the Lord Brahma is entrusted with the management of complete cosmic show. And therefore he prays that the Lord bestow his blessings upon him so that he may execute its purpose. So here Brahma is begging for blessings of the Lord. So in the second canto also, whenever Brahma he meditated there, as soon as the Lord has appeared, Brahma could see all the Vaikuntha and the Lord's opulence and how he is giving pleasure to all his servants in the Vaikuntha. That Brahma has already seen. At that time, the Lord was exchanged with Brahma. तं प्रियमानं समुपस्थितं कविं प्रजाविसर्गे निजशास arhanam. Is the Brahma is the qualified person, nijasasana. And then he just give handshake with the Lord. Priya priyatamana kare sprushan. Priyamana kare sprushan. Something like that. The Lord gives handshake with Brahma. And then he says to that, Tvayaham toshitaha samyak vedagarbhasisrukshaya. So you are the Vedagarbha. So Tvayaham तोषितः सम्यक् भेदगर्भशिशुक्षया चिरमृतेन tapasa dustoshah kota yoginam. You have meditated for a very long time, but I'm not pleased with the kota yogis who are pretending to be yogis, but they're not. And then he says that Varam Varya Bhadram te Vareshama Abhivanchitam Brahman Shreya Parishramaha Pumsam Mad Darshanavadihi. He says that, oh Brahma, you ask all benedictions, whatever you want, I will give all benedictions to you. But know that after so much of meditation, one has to come to my abode and experience all the blissful happiness like that. That is the highest. This is um, Maddarshanavadihi. That is the highest perfectional thing. One has, and also giving, he says you can ask any benedictions, and also he gives intelligence to Brahma what to ask. What is the best thing? What is topmost thing? Okay, so likewise, Prabhupada here it is mentioning that Brahma is praying the Lord bestow his blessings upon him so that he may execute its purpose. So this is the so aso adabhara karuno bhagavan vivruddha premasmitena nainam burham vijrumban uttaya vishwa vijaycha no vishadam madhya girapana yatat purushah puranaha. And as soon as one sees the Lord smile, premasmita. So again, whenever yogi is meditating on the Lord's face and how he smiles, तस्यावलोकमधिकं कृपयाति घोर तापत्रयोपशमनाय निसृष्टमक्ष्णोः तापत्रय उपशमनाय. He will be completely relieved from all kinds of tapatriyas. स्निग्धस्मितानुगुणितं विपुलप्रसादं ध्यायेच्चिरं विपुलभावनया गुहायां. One has to meditate snigdhasmitanu and his beautiful smile needs to be meditated upon for a very long time. Snigdhasmitanu vipulabhavanaya guhayam. That form, that smiling, one has to meditate for a very long time. Dhyayechiram vipulabhavanaya guhayam. And then that smile again, the yogi meditates in such a way that Sokasutagra Vishoshinam Ativudharam Sammohanaya Richitam Nijamayasya Bhrumandalam Munikrute Makaradhvajasya. And whenever he is smiling, if one is not able to control his senses, then he can concentrate on the between eyebrows. Bhrumadhya Mandal. This is the Bhrumadhya. Bhrumadhya Mandala Munikrute Makaradhvajasya. Makaradhvajasya is the Cupid. To overcome the Cupid's influence, one has to see and meditate on the between eyebrows of Bhrumandala Munikrute. That is the in such a way evam haro bhagati prajilabdha bhava bhaktya drava hruday utpulakah pramodat Vaiklavya bhashpakalaya muhrajhamanah tachapi chittabadisham chanakaihi viyungte. In such a way, devotee completely absorbed in the form of the beautiful form of the Lord. Whenever the Lord smiles, this is what he attracts. Lokena mukena lokati harasmitena. And as soon as one sees that Lord smile, all the arti is kind of a person in the distress who is getting humiliated with the different kinds of pains of this material world. Mukena lokati harasmitena parispurat kundala mandhitena sonaitena adharabhimba basa pratyarahantyam sunasena subhrava. So that beautiful form of the Lord. Whenever the Lord smiles, one has to see that. When we see so the Krishna's face, it will be very beautiful. So beautiful form. But whenever the Lord smiles, it will evaporate all kinds of distresses from one's life. Okay, so that is from that verse. We shall move on to the next shloka. So with that one, Brahma's prayers are done, and then later on, Maitreya Rishi, he is speaking to Vidura, saying that Brahma has seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is source of Brahma's birth. And then Brahma, after praying to the Lord, he by mind, words, intelligence, everything, or keeping all his energy focused only to glorify the Lord. And then he took a break. Now he got tired, and then he is now calm. Let the Lord speak. Likewise, Brahma is now waiting. Likewise, Maitreya is saying to Vidura. Maitreya Uvacha. स्वसंभवं निशाम्य एवं तपो विद्या समाधिभिः यावन्मनोवचः स्तुत्वा विरराम स किन्नवत् स्वसंभवं निशाम्य एवं. And great sage, so Maitreya Uvacha, Maitreya is saying, Swasambhavam, the source of his appearance, Nishamya, by seeing, Nishamya, Evam, thus. So now Brahma sees the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is here. So Brahma is sitting in the lotus flower. Now the Lord appears to Brahma, and now Brahma could see. Swasambhavam Nishamyevam Tapo Vidya Samadhibihi. So here, Tapa, Vidya, Samadhibihi, three activities. So Tapasya, Vidya, the knowledge, transcendental knowledge, Samadhibihi, by concentration of the mind on the Lord. Tapo Vidya Samadhibihi. He was able to see the Lord. And Yavan Manovachah Stutva. Yavan, as far as possible, Manaha Vachaha Stutva. By the mind and by words, and having prayed Stutva, Virarama Sakinnavat, he became silent. Sakinnavat, just as if tired. For us, if we just recite 25 shlokas, we get tired at the end. But Brahma, he meditated for 100 of his years, and then he glorified the Lord with these 25 shlokas, and then he got tired, became silent, as if tired. Kinnavat, Sakinnavat. स्वसंभवं निशाम्येवं तपो विद्य समाधिभिः यावन् मनोवचः स्तुत्वा विरराम सखिन्नवत्. So translation for this verse. The sage Maitreya said, O Vidura, after observing the source of his appearance, namely the personality of Godhead, Brahma prayed for his mercy as far as his mind and words would permit him. So this is again very beautiful. As far as his mind and words would permit him. In the first canto, whenever Suta Goswami was saying to Saunikadi sages, at the time, I would describe about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead just like a birds can fly in the sky as much as they can. Likewise, I will glorify the Lord as much as I can, and I can explain. So here Brahma has prayed his mercy as far as his mind and words would permit him. That means what it indicates to us? Okay, it is a question to oneself. So thus, having prayed, he became silent, as if tired from his activities of penance, knowledge, and mental concentration. As if tired from his activities. Okay, so likewise Brahma's mood now. Because here Brahma is the only person, there are no devotees like us. We can sit together. Machitta madhyata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. We can discuss katha, Bhagavad katha, and experience great pleasure. But Brahma is alone there sitting on the lotus flower. So he is sakinnavat. He is appear like a tired. So purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Brahma's enlightenment in knowledge was due to the Lord sitting within his heart. After being created, Brahma could not ascertain the source of his appearance, but after penance and mental concentration, he could see the source of his birth, and thus he became enlightened through his heart. So Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye. Tene Brahma. So the Brahma is the Vedic knowledge. Hridaya in the heart. Adikavaye. Adikavaye is the Brahma. In his heart, all the knowledge is enlightened. When after his penance, mental concentration, he could see the source of his birth. That is how he got the knowledge. This is the very essential, because tapasya is required. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand the Lord. Of course, these are basic qualifications. And then the devotional service includes of everything, tapasya, the activities, or jnana, or dhyana, everything it's a one package for everything. So here the spiritual master outside and the spiritual master outside and the spiritual master within are both representations of the Lord. So outside we accept the Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru initiates the devotee. So you from today onwards you chant 16 rounds, follow regulative principles, always engage yourself in the devotional service. And Siksha Guru, in day to day, he will advise him, okay, you do this one, you don't do this one. Likewise, whenever he gets an opportunity, then he will ask more questions. He give in different ways of knowledge like that, day to day. So in such a way, the spiritual master, he is outside, he acts, but he always, like the Ishwarasya Anumodataha. Ishwarasya Anumodataha. Like whatever the Lord says, Lord approves, that the spiritual master, he gives the knowledge to the disciples. So unless one has contact with such a bona fide representation, one cannot claim to be spiritual master. So here, bona fide representations means one has to see where this is again. So we have got sampradaya vihina te mantram nishpalaha. If one takes the initiation from any guru or baba, something like that, but there is no lineage, then te mantram nishpalaha, that mantra does not work. So one has to be always evam parampara praptum imam rajashyo viduhu. This is called bona fide. So from Brahma and then from the Lord and then Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasadeva and then to Sukadeva Goswami. That is one stream. And then Vyasadeva to the Madhvacharya down to again to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that Lakshmi Pati, Madhavendra Puri, Ishwara Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the 6 Goswamis. Likewise, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Narottama Das Thakur in that lineage, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami and Prabhupada, and we are all in that line. So this is bona fide representation. So we do not add any of our personal opinions. We simply inherit the knowledge as it is and follow it. We have no botheration for mental speculations. We simply follow the instructions in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and whatever Guru says, without any mental concoctions. And Lord Brahma had no opportunity to take up the help of a spiritual master from outside, because at that time, Brahma himself was the only creature in the universe. So when he is alone, where does he go? So he is the only one, Kalpa Vitikar Ambhasa. He is now also undisturbed. He is sitting on the lotus flower and seeing so much of devastating water, Kalpa Vitikar Ambhasa. So and he is now dejected as well. And the Lord is going to give the knowledge in the heart. Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adikavaye. Okay, so of course now later what happens? Therefore, on becoming satisfied by the prayers of Brahma, the Lord enlightened him about everything from within the heart, within. So likewise, whenever Brahma was trying to search what is source of this lotus flower, he jumped into the water, go deep into the water, trying to see what is source of this lotus stem, and he goes until the navel of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, but he could not see anyone there. And then he returned back. So he was not successful in identifying the source of it. And then whenever Brahma, he was returning back at the time, he has heard the sound, tapa is the 2 times he has heard, and then he sat on the lotus flower and he meditated. Then this knowledge was revealed in the heart. Okay, likewise Prabhupada is describing. So now swasambhavam nishamyevam tapo vidya samadhibihi. Tapo vidya samadhibihi. And Yavan Manovachahastutva Viraramasa Kinnavan. So he has glorified the Lord by all his mind and then words as much as he can. As much as he can. Okay, so we shall move on to the next shlokas. And then now it is the turn. So again here Maitreya is saying to Vidura what Lord has done after hearing from Brahma. After Brahma kept silent. Okay. अत अभिप्रेतम् अन्वीक्षा ब्रह्मणो मधुसूदनः विषिन्नचेतसं तेन कल्पवितिकर अम्भसं लोकसंस्थानविज्ञान आत्मनः परिकिज्यतः तमाह अगदय वाचा कश्मलं शमयन्निव. So here Maitreya is saying Ata abhipretam anviksha. Abhipretam is the intention. Ata abhipretam anviksha, observing the intention of Brahma. Ata abhipretam anviksha Brahmano Madhusudanaha. Brahmano, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahmanaha of Brahma. Brahma's intention. And what Madhusudanaha did? Madhusudana is the killer of Madhu demon. He is having so many names like the like Madhava, Madhusudana, Madhupati, likewise many names to Krishna. Madhusudana, killer of the Madhu demon, and he understood the intention of Brahma, what he is, because Brahma was asking, like, Madhya Girapana Yatat Purushaha Puranaha. So he wanted to have many benedictions from the Lord. And then what is the position of Brahma? Vishanna Chetasam Tena. Now he is depressed. Chetasam in the heart. Vishanna Chetasam. So he has a depressed heart. Tena by him. And Kalpavitikar Ambhasa because of it is a devastating water. Garbhodaka ocean. So all the planetary systems are sunken in the water. Garbhodaka water. Of course, later on, Varahadeva comes and then he jumped into the ocean and then Garbhodaka ocean, he lifts the earth. Okay, that comes later on. But now, because there is not, now he is Vishanna Chetasam, he is now disturbed, depressed. There is no earth. Of course, he would see only the devastating water. Kalpa Vitikar Ambhasa. Now, Loka Samsthana Vijnana, now Brahma wanted to re-establish all the planetary systems. Loka Samsthana Vijnana is the situation of the planet systems. Vijnane is in the science. Atmanaha Parikijyataha, he is now anxious how to create again re-established 14 planetary systems. Likewise, so just if we go anywhere, we wanted to immediately try to build a house for our family, our children, and many people, so to expand our progeny. So here, likewise, Brahma Atmanaha Parikijyataha, he is also sufficiently anxious. Tammaha Aghadaya Vacha. So onto that Brahma who is now in such a way, who is disturbed and who is anxious to create, and also who is depressed by looking at the devastating water, then now Lord is speaking onto Brahma. Tam aha, aha means is speaking. Lord is saying that, what is it? Aghadaya Vacha. Those are deep words, deeply thoughtful words. Aghadaya Vacha. Whenever Lord speaks, it is very deep, very deep. Even whenever the four Kumaras, they went to the Vaikuntha, at that time also the Lord spoke and he was glorifying the Brahmanas. Even the Brahmanas cursed Jaya and Vijaya, there Lord in return, he was glorifying the Brahmanas. And then the four Kumaras, they were a bit thinking, puzzled. We have cursed the servants of the Lord, but Lord is glorifying the Brahmanas. Then Navadmaha Bhagwan Navidmaha Tavadeva Chikishitam. My dear Lord, we do not understand what you want to do. You are glorifying us, but we don't understand why you are glorifying us in such a manner that we have done some good for you. So that is Aghadaya Vacha. So it is very deep, very, very deep. When the Lord says means it is all 360 degrees in full, it is full-fledged. Whatever the angle we see, we may see in one angle to understand one bit, but it is fulfilled in all kinds of angles. Tamaha aghadaya vacha. Kashmalam samayanniva. And kashmalam, so that is samayanniva, to removing the impurities from his heart. So in such a way, the Lord speaks. Whenever the Lord speaks Bhagavad Gita, it will remove all kinds of illusions from one's heart. Here, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu is speaking to Brahma. Kashmalam samayanniva, removing all impurities. Kashmalam is a kind of the materialist thoughts, the fear, illusion, and all these things. So likewise, Prabhupada is, Maitreya Rishi is saying to Vidura. So like the Atabipretam Anviksha Brahmano Madhusudanaha Vishanna Chetasam Tena Kalpavitikar Ambhasa Loka Samstana Vijnana Atmanaha Parikijjataha Tamaha Aghadaya Vacha Kashmalam Samayanniva. So translation for this verse. The Lord saw that Brahma was very anxious about the planning and construction of the different planetary systems and was depressed upon seeing the devastating water. He could understand the intention of the Brahma, and thus he spoke in deep, thoughtful words, removing all illusion that had arisen. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The devastating water was so fearful that even Brahma was perturbed at its appearance and became very anxious about how to situate the different planetary systems in outer space to accommodate the different kinds of living entities, such as the human beings, those lower than the human beings, and the superhuman beings. All the planets in the universe are situated according to the different grades of the living entities under the influence of the modes of material nature. There are 3 modes of the material nature, and when they are mixed with one another, they become 9. 3 cross 3, 9. And when 9 are mixed with, they become 81. Again 9 cross 9. It is combinations and permutations. And then 81 also become mixed. And thus we ultimately do not know how the delusion increases and increases. Lord Brahma had to accommodate different places and situations for the requisite bodies of the conditioned souls. The task was meant only for Brahma, and no one in the universe can even understand how difficult it was. But by the grace of the Lord, Brahma was able to execute the tremendous task to perfectly that everyone is amazed to see the workmanship of the Vidhata or the regulator or the Brahma. Brahma is the Vidhata. So this is dividing the 14 planetary systems. Whenever Brahma was creating so many of living entities, as soon as he creates the human beings, so that is the Swayambhu Manu and the Shatarupa, so all the demigods and everyone else, they're all praising Brahma that you have done a very good job, and they are going to perform yajnas and sacrifices. They will please all the demigods and they will be shelter for everyone else. They also offer Balibihi, many of those things. They are glorifying Brahma as soon as Brahma created the human beings. Okay, now according to the material modes of nature, the Swabhava, Purusha Swabhavi Hitam Yatavarnam Yatashramam Vairagya Rag Upadibhyam Amnatu Ubhayalakshanan. So this is based on the nature of the people, one has to be categorized either goodness, passion, or ignorance. So here in the Varnashram Dharma, Brahmanas are in the goodness and Kshatriyas are in the passion, and Vaishyas are in the between passion and ignorance, and whereas Sudras, they are the just only ignorance. That is the Yatavarnam Yatashramam. Yata Ashramam. Again, there are 2 kinds of paths. Vairagya Rag Upadibhyam Amnatu Ubhayalakshanan. The 2 different symptoms, Mubhaya Lakshanan. One is the Vairagya. So this is Savai Nivruti Dharmena Vasudevanukampaya Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena Tirodette Seniriham. Our Bhakti Yoga, it belongs to the Vairagya. This is our devotional service, is the Vairagya. This is where we see Vipralambha bhavas and many things come in this one. Vairagya, completely detachment from the material world. And other one is the Raga. Raga is the enjoying, there is no limit. Like some people are in that path. Of course, it is very difficult for them to come out. If they are going in a wrong path, they don't know if it is right path or right or wrong. It is very difficult. So this path is easy. Vairagyam is Bhakti Yogam. This again, it is mentioned by our Acharyas. Okay, so here, according to the living entities, Brahma needs to categorize. He has to create the fourth. First of all the planetary systems. He divides that lotus stem, or where these planetary systems existed in the lotus stem. If we see here, this lotus flower has come, and on top of that is Brahma is there. What he did, first he has divided this stem into three parts. The middle part, upper part, and lower part. Middle part is the earth, this is which is of the seventh. Upper part contains the 6 planetary systems, and bottom part is the another 7. And later on, he divided them, the 3 parts, into 14 parts, the 14 planetary systems. And Brahma is at the top and the Satyaloka, and then Tapoloka, Januloka, Maharloka, Swar, Bhuvar, Bhu, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala, 14 planetary systems, according to the nature of the living entities, different grades of the living entities, under the influence of the modes of material nature. This is the Karanam Gunasangasya Sad Asadjoni Janmasu. Karanam Gunasangasya. Gunasangas. What are the gunas? Is the 3 material modes of nature. So in our material world, if we see in this country, if we see different people are there, black people are there, white people are there, brown people are there, and then there is attraction between these two people, black and white. Again, they have a different color of people. So again, it is Karanam Gunasangasya, mixed with the qualities of the people, mixed, or the natures are mixed with one another. Likewise, that happens. So this is the permutations and combinations. Sometimes even the plants also, we see that. So I will take the branch of the apple tree and then merge in the guava tree. There is another kind of fruit comes. A tiger and lion, the breed comes as a liger, something like that. So different combinations according to the people always think there is no limit for the thoughts. Likewise, based on their thoughts, that is categorized. So this is that delusion increases and increases, always multiplying by these things. That way we are having 8.4 million different species of living entities, or 84 lakhs or 8.4 millions. So Lord Brahma had to accommodate different places and situations for the requisite bodies of the conditioned souls. He has to accommodate all the living entities in the 14 planetary systems. The task was meant only for Brahma. So to become a Brahma is a post. When a person, he lives a proper pious life, following all the dharma as it is for 100 lifetimes, he will become a Brahma. He further advances, then he will become the devotee of Lord Shiva. Again, he further advances, he will become the devotee of Vishnu. So that is the levels of following dharma. So now Brahma is the first creature in this in this universe, and his task is to create this universe, accommodate all the living entities, giving the bodies. He's not, but the souls are always existing. There is no birth for a soul, or no new soul, no old soul. Soul is eternal. He is giving bodies of the conditioned souls. And no one in the universe can even understand how difficult it was. We have got so many germs and worms and ants, insects, birds, and so many 8.4 million species. See that how difficult it was for Brahma to create that many bodies. But by the grace of the Lord, Brahma was able to execute the tremendous task so perfectly that everyone is amazed to see the workmanship of the Vidhata. Even he did so much of great work, but gopis, they criticize Brahma because they have, whenever they are seeing Krishna, and then atati yad bhavanahni kananam trutiryugayate tvamapasyatam kutila kuntalam. So likewise, they in the Gopi Gita, they say that Brahma has created these eyelids, O Krishna. We are not able to stay without seeing you for a moment. Tutir yugahayate tvamapasyatam. So if we do not see, likewise, they criticize Brahma. But here, that is again different mode. But Brahma's work is the amazed. It is amazed to see the workmanship of the Vidhata and the regulator. So this is all because of the Lord's mercy. So the Lord says further, he says that Yachakadhangamattotram matkata abhyadayankitam yadbhatapasir nishta sayesha mad anugraha. Everything by my mercy, only Brahma. You have been able to meditate, you are able to glorify me, all these things by my mercy only. Likewise, later on, Lord gives assurance to Brahma as well, and to fulfill all his desires and all giving all kinds of benedictions. Of course, later Lord gives some more instructions. So likewise, Maitreya Rishi is saying to Vidhara, Prabhupada is giving very insightful purports to us. Okay, I stop here, and then now I request dear devotees. So this is the picture where Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is the Tamaha Aghadaya Vacha. He is speaking Aghadaya, very deep words to Brahma. Brahma is still sitting on the lotus flower. This is one picture, and this is another picture of the similar Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. This is Garbhodaka ocean, and Adishesha is here, and the goddess of fortune is serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Janadvayam Jalajalocanaya Jananya Lakshmya Kelasta Suravanditaya Vidatuhum Guru Nidaya Karapallava Rojishayat Samlalitum Hridhi Vibhora Bhavasya Kuryat. She always massages the Lord's feet very beautifully to give pleasure to the Lord. So that is her fortunate. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions, kindly ask, or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. What an amazing class, Prabhuji. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Any other questions? Okay, so if there are
Hare
no,
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Beautiful, beautiful class, Prabhu. Beautiful. It was wonderful. Thank you so much. I can just, it was nice that Brahma, when he's created, he was alone. And how hard it would have been for him without nobody, no association for him. So he could meditate and go find Lord himself, which was wonderful, Prabhu. Beautiful. Thank you, Prabhu. It was wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so this is, we got now a nice session. So all devotees come together and discuss each other, but Brahma was alone. But here, our Brahma to our chat session, who created this one, we need to be always respectful and glorify their services too. So that, I mean, for the Prabhupada and the Lord. Thank you so much, Mataji. You are doing very, really nice job continuously without any cessation. Shriji Kishori Mataji and Jyoti Mataji and all the devotees, whoever is arranging the recitations, and many devotees are participating and serving the sessions. And we are getting the chance to discuss each other about the Lord. So Brahma was alone. He could not do all those things for himself. Now we have got this opportunity. We have got many devotees. Thank you so much. So now we are 5 minutes past 9 o'clock. If no questions, then we shall conclude our session. पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
नमः
नमः
अनंत कोटि
अनंत
वैष्णव वृंद
कोटि
की
वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
जय
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
प्रभुपाद की
जय
जय
All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्ण
हरि बोल थैंक यू
प्रभुपाद की जय
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू माता जी